End of that chapter. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Tyler Mathieson. I am the new CEO of Shapeless Media.
Nope, Tyler, I'm still the CEO.
We're here to talk about 3,000 subscribers and our Q&A video for you for our 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, first of all. I want to lead off with that. I am so appreciative. Our old CEO wasn't.
Nope, Tyler, I'm still the CEO.
The first question comes from Meg Marinera. Megara. Meg asks, favorite film and why? So we've done this question before. I answered Oslo August 31st previously, but we want to give you 3 new movies from us. So another favorite 3 of mine would be The Shining. I love The Shining. Dr. Sleep fucking sucked. And Mike Flanagan blocked me on Twitter. Another favorite is Blade Runner. I can't decide between 2049 and the original, so I'm just going to say the Blade Runner movies. I love those so much. They are like my ideal movie setting, the soundtrack, the staging, set design, that like neon noir detective movie. Love that so much. That is my absolute shit. And then the third, God, you're really pressing my feet to the iron here. I would have to pick between, I really loved Moonlight and I really loved Parasite. Those, let's say Parasite. I loved Parasite a lot. We'll say Parasite.
In no particular order, number 1 is going to be A Knight's Tale. It's cheesy and it's kind of old and a little bit corny at this point, but it's such a fun movie and it's such a fun take on like a medieval story, bringing in modern music, and Heath Ledger is always fantastic. Alan Tudyk is always fantastic. So I think it's just a really, really fun movie and I love rewatching it. Number 2 would be La La Land, which is really weird because I should hate this movie. It's a rom-com and it's a musical and it's taking all this inspiration from old musicals that I've never seen and I never really care to see. It's something about how fun the music is and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone's performance, like they just play off each other really well. Overall, it's just such a fun movie to watch. It's got bright colors and really good upbeat music, and so for some reason, a movie that I should hate is one of my favorite movies of all time. And for the third one, this is not just one movie, this is a trilogy of movies, but Lord of the Rings, it's Lord of the Rings. I mean, there's not really a lot I have to say. I'm pretty sure everyone loved those movies. Knight's Tale, La La Land, and Lord of the Rings.
Favorite film and why? I gotta go with Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. It's not a good film by any means, but it's my default answer because it's the only film that immediately jumps to mind. It made such an impact on me, I guess, as a kid, that it solidified itself in my subconscious. My second favorite movie is Rogue One, actually, as an action movie, because it takes the world of Star Wars, which I like, and it focuses more on like a wartime movie. It's the Saving Private Ryan of Star Wars, and I really like that. And my third favorite movie is FDR, An American Badass. That movie's fucking incredible. It's a comedy, like shoestring budget, just absurd romp. And I love it so much. I highly recommend that film.
Phoenixus Falco, Phoenixus? Just a curious question, but is Joe's Crab Shack worth the 5 stars? What's the best part of the menu? And are you guys secretly sponsoring Joe's Crab Shack? As always, it's all about Joe's Crab Shack. Who the fuck do you think you are? Why are you asking me this, huh? You think there's some elaborate conspiracy that we are sponsored by Joe's Crab Shack, the nation's finest restaurant, and you should absolutely go there for their new deals? You get 2 main menu items for $20? That's a steal. Joe's Crab Shack, the nation's finest for crabs and shacks. But not like the sexual crabs. It's absolutely worth the 5 stars. The best menu item? Are you fucking kidding me? Everything on the menu. That's a stupid question. What you just asked me was stupid. Are you secretly sponsored? No.
Phoenixus. Thought about creating a Discord server? Tay, you want to take this one?
Fun fact, we have one. It's just nowhere near completion. And there's a lot of work I'd have to do on it to make sure that it would work correctly. But, you know, it's just like a project that we need to finish. And it's all up to Tori to give the green light on that or not.
Yeah, a few months ago, Tay said that she was setting up a Discord server for Shapeless Media. Though it's cool, I was like, I don't really care about focusing on that. I don't personally use Discord, but I just told Tay, forget about it. We can come back to it at another point. Don't worry about it. So if you want a Discord server and you're kind of bummed that we don't have one, that one's on me. Tay was already starting on one, and I just kind of shut her down on that one. So if you want a Discord, let us know, and we can get one going pretty soon.
Killer Sting asks, if Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't come to PS5, will you be switching to Xbox? Last, PS5 or Xbox Series X? I'm still leaning PS5 personally. I doubt that Elder Scrolls 6 won't go cross-platform. It's too big at this point, like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. I don't know if ZeniMax and Bethesda would agree to going console exclusive. However, if it does, and we're still doing mod reviews while we're 85, yeah, we'll probably get an Xbox Series X for that. Will I get one personally? Probably not. I'm not a big fan of Microsoft UIs. I'd rather go to coolmathgames.net than use Microsoft UIs. That is mainly why I go with the PS5 and Sony. And it's also, I like their exclusives. I like their UI. I like PlayStation's whole shindig. I've had every PlayStation that's ever come out.
Let me start with the latter half of that question. On PS5 or Xbox Series X, I'm gonna go with PS5. I have always been more of a fan of PlayStation in terms of not only their game lineup, which is so much better. I mean, I want to see what's coming not only with, Spider-Man, but is there going to be another Ghost of Tsushima game? Is there going to be more from The Last of Us or whatever Naughty Dog chooses to do next? All of their first-party games blow Xbox out of the water. And that's what I'm there for, right? And then there's other things like I prefer the PlayStation controller and I prefer PlayStation interface. I think Xbox UI and interface is always terrible. It's all of those quality of life things that cement me as a PlayStation fan. And then their game lineup really is gonna make you stay because that's where the games that I'm interested in are. That being said, if Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't come to PS5, will I be getting an Xbox Series X? That would be something that I would possibly get additionally. And that is a big if Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't come to PlayStation 5. Just because Xbox owns it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an exclusive. I mean, Xbox also owns Minecraft and they put that out on everything. If it doesn't come to PS5, it doesn't mean I'm going to get an Xbox instead simply for that one game. I'm still going to want a PlayStation 5. That's what I love. That's where I want to play. But it would be a strong urge to pick up an Xbox Series X, maybe like a refurbished one or something. Whether or not we make content about the next Elder Scrolls game, who knows? But for me personally, I want to play it.
The PS5 looks neat. I really like it, but with Xbox and Microsoft kind of moving towards simultaneous releases on Xbox and PC, I'm going to be able to play games a lot sooner via PC instead of just having to wait for it to come to PC as a non-console exclusive. And I'm really looking forward to that about this next generation, especially with Elder Scrolls 6. I'm really hoping that hits PC at the same time so that I can enjoy a new game with the boys.
Simon Taylor asks, Tori, how's the Funko Pop collection coming? Look, Tori's not going to give you a straight answer, but I'll tell it to you straight. I have been scoping out his apartment, and I've seen Amazon boxes piling up outside of his door. Like, that boy is ordering Funko Pops faster than Amazon can deliver them. Like, when this whole quarantine thing went down, Tori was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to quarantine by myself. I need company. Dude ordered like every single Funko Pop he could get his grubby little paws on. He went on eBay. He went on Amazon. He went to the official Funko Pop website. He went to movie theaters to scope out Funko Pops. Anywhere they sell them, Tori was foaming at the mouth, pounding on the doors, trying to get inside of, saying, let me in. I want to buy my Funko Pops because I love them so much. I would say his collection is going great. I'm looking forward to seeing where it ends up, but I do personally recommend federal prison for him.
That hurt to chug. Chugging bubbly shit sucks. Oh, that was that mistake I made. Simon Taylor also asks, how's Elijah nowadays? What you should be asking is how are we Now, we are the ones who suffered the trauma. We are the ones who felt less than the dirt underneath your feet because of the words of this sick individual. And yet you're asking how Elijah is? Selfish. Thanks, Simon.
Jaden Slomic asks, how did you guys meet and found Shapeless Media? Tori and I met when we were 13 or 14. Tori was madly in love with me. He was writing me love letters, putting them in my locker. I was saying, no, this is can't be. I'm the star football player of our middle school, and you are just a nerd. I'm a jock. This will never work between us. I don't know. We were just kind of bored. We wanted to do like YouTube videos. We wanted to kind of practice with like editing and play games and be entertaining. We really liked some of that content, so we're like, we can do that. Let's try it. And then it kind of snowballed, and then we're like, well, we can do other content, and oh, we can do that, or hey, what about this? So it was kind of like a natural progression.
Tyler and I met in middle school, and I met Tay in college. So when I decided that I wanted to start doing some YouTube content, my first person that I called was Tyler, because we just have the kind of dynamic with each other, and we have the same sense of humor in a lot of ways. So it's easy for us to yes and bounce off each other, kind of have that back and forth banter. We had been doing the channel for a while, maybe a little over a year by the time I was kind of talking to Tay about, hey, maybe you want to get in on Shapeless Media. At the time, Tay was in LA doing an internship with Funhouse, and to me, it was like, well, you're going and getting all this experience, and the internship's going to be over. You're going to want somewhere to kind of push all of that energy.
Hello.
Are you recording?
This is Taylor. I need you to take me off your calling list. Thank you.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
No one has ever done that!
That was disgusting.
How do we meet? So I met Tori in college. I had my internship out in LA. And during that time, I would take clips of Shapeless Skyrim and kind of meme on them a little bit, and then send them back to Tori and Tyler via Twitter. And then there was just one day where I was like, hey, when I get back, can I do Shapeless stuff with you guys? And Tori was like, yeah. And that's how we started, or how my entrance to Shapeless happened. And then the reveal video, and then basis claims soon after that.
I think the first time I met Tay, like face to face, was during the Christmas special video, and I was in character, so I was an asshole, and I've just kind of been an asshole to Tay ever since. It's really beautiful when you think about it. It's poetic almost.
Now, from here on out, all of the questions are going to be from Cavelian Studios, who just is always there, just loading us full of questions. Cavelian, you gotta get some hobbies, bud. So, Cavelian Studios asks, who is your hero? I don't know if I would say I have a hero. I mean, there are certainly people that you can look up to, maybe professionals at the top of their field, or people who took a chance and it's paying off and you like what they're doing, or something in that realm that people you look up to, perhaps. But I wouldn't say I have a hero.
My hero is Deadmau5, and it's not just because his music's incredible and has inspired me through a lot of this time, but just who he kind of is as a person, and his personal struggles kind of mirror with my own in a way, on a much different scale, obviously. But he has been pretty public about mental health and just like, hey, I need to take a fucking break from social media because I've been acting like a dipshit because people are making me mad. And just that level of personality and personability towards his audience is really inspiring. And just his whole marketing shtick to begin with, where he's just a guy doing guy things and making super dope ass music, and him actually knowing what he's fucking talking about. Deadmau5 is really humble about it. He's just like, yep, no, I know these things, and I know what sounds good and what makes sound good. And I really look up to that.
I don't think I have like heroes. Like, I have people who I admire. I have people whose work I really admire, but I would never call them like my heroes. I've never really thought about it a lot. So I would just say I don't have heroes, but I admire people.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? That's a tough one, because it's kind of asking external questions like, do you have a job set up there? Do you have money? Or do you have friends there? Let's say that we're taking money aside. I have enough money to be totally fine and, live in a decent place wherever I might want to end up. I'm not exactly sure. Minnesota's all I know, so it's kind of tough to say that I'd live anywhere else because I have never lived anywhere else. But I can tell you that I hate the winters here, and I'm really sick of scraping my car off or having a foot of snow on October 20th, because it sucks. Another thing, and I know Tyler and Tay are going to give me shit for saying this, is I went to Ireland 2 years ago, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. Everywhere was beautiful, every town we went to was amazing, and I could genuinely see myself, if the circumstances were right and if my life wasn't going to be severed by moving there, I could see myself living in Ireland based on the weather, based on the people, based on the food. I really, really loved it there. So that'll be my fun answer, is Ireland. Specifically, I really loved Waterford and Galway.
I've got this kind of figured out, actually. So there is property in California. It's right on the coast. It's got those jagged cliff faces. It's got redwoods on the property, so I can be simultaneously on the sea and in the woods. I'm going to build a compound there. I'll have a lighthouse so I can be a lighthouse keeper, and I will live there peacefully until the federal agents swarm in and Waco me, killing me and all of my followers in our sleep with poisonous gas.
It depends on if money is a factor or not. If money is a factor, like I need to still make a living by like working and shit, I would just choose a metropolitan area on one of the coasts, honestly. I really like the hustle bustle of city life, and there's just more opportunities that I would enjoy in major metropolitan areas anyway. Honestly, that's my answer. If money's a factor, if money wasn't a factor, like I was fucking set and I didn't have to worry about a goddamn thing, I would live in Japan, honestly. I would probably go rural-ish Japan, somewhere with a decent enough internet connection where I could still create content and like live stream and stuff, but just the absolute serenity and peacefulness of that kind of an area, I think would really do wonders for me.
What would you change about yourself if you could? I would definitely get rid of my fucking gag reflex so I don't dry heave over the toilet for 3 minutes every morning when I brush my tongue.
Like to be a little bit taller, maybe like 6 foot. That'd be kind of sick. But like other than that, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, you don't know because you don't live in someone else's body. So I have no idea.
Honestly, I'm pretty content with how I am. There's not a whole lot I think I need to change. Just kidding. Facial hair, gone. Body shape, feminine. Voice, not this fucking shit. Drive, motivation, creative ideas. Turn all of those dials fucking up, baby.
What really makes you angry? When Tyler doesn't shut up about his stupid joke that I love Funko Pops and everyone thinks it's real, and then I get comments all the time talking about how much
Devil's advocate makes me really angry. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Why can't we just agree on something instead of being like, well, hypothetically, maybe if we hate that shit?
What really makes me angry, Tori and Tyler. But on a real note, it's when I'm working with something technical, like a computer, video game, whatever, and having to run into a problem that I know can be fixable, but it isn't giving me enough information to fix it. Like something should be working. I covered all of my bases and shit, but something just goes wrong and it doesn't tell me why. That shit fucking infuriates me.
What motivates you to work hard? So for me, it's how invested or how passionate I am about the project. So for me, working hard being my work is video production. Do I think that the outcome is going to be good? Am I proud of the footage we shot? Am I happy with the audio? Do I think the edit's really gonna make it come out? Am I passionate about what the overall product I'm making is? Whether it's a short film or a comedy sketch or an episode of Shapeless Skyrim or this Q&A. I'm passionate when it's a good project through and through and I'm working with good people and I think the outcome is going to be good. That's what really motivates me to work hard.
Probably like the challenge of it. I really like facing something that's like, I haven't done this challenge before, or this is going to be something that's like really, really hard. I really enjoy working hard at something to be like, can I even do it? Mostly it's about the personal challenge of it.
My cat is taking a shit, and it's probably in an audible space, so I have to wait for them to finish. What motivates me to work hard is feedback and a genuine response, honestly. That's why I love streaming so much, is because there's that one-to-one quick feedback. Like if something's going good, someone says that to me, that makes me continue doing what I'm doing because I know it's good. If someone says like, didn't like that as much, that motivates me to make it good so that those positive comments can flow a bit more, because that's what stimulates a community, is like positivity, in my opinion.
What is your favorite thing about your career? My career, my field is video production. I love video, and so I love being able to work on video. And that comes in so many different forms. There's so many different avenues of video that I can use to tell a story or hone the craft further or try new techniques. That's really what I love about video, is that it's different all the time, and there's so many aspects of it that I can constantly be getting better at, and there's so many great people that you can work with and learn from.
What career? I don't have a job. I don't have a job, bro. Damn. Why'd you have to hit me like that? But if we're really talking about like, you know, what I like about what I want to do as a career, I don't know, everything about, I love dissecting little pieces of like music or audio and trying to figure out how it specifically works, what makes it work, and how I can push something to make it maybe a little bit better. I like having a new challenge to tackle every single day because it's a new puzzle and it keeps my brain active, because otherwise I will fall to death of boredom.
My favorite part of my career, in terms of like video stuff, because I'm hoping that's what this question is about and not about fucking golf carts, I have complete creative control on my own projects, of every aspect: the music, the video, the editing, everything, the topics, whatever. In a team environment, really focusing in on one part of that, like as if I were the editor, right? Really focusing on making the edit mesh with everyone else's creative ideas is something I really, really enjoy.
What is your proudest accomplishment? For me, the thing that comes to the top of my head is creating my 2-part documentary on Level with Emily Reese. I was really proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and then going out and on my own interviewing, shooting, editing, literally creating the documentary from scratch. Even though I didn't know everything, it didn't stop me from jumping into it. And because of that, I learned so much from creating that project. Even if there's some things I would change now, it doesn't change that I am very proud of myself for that project.
Okay, proudest accomplishment. I ran an absolute smear campaign in 6th grade to be the student council president, and it worked. I just threw out lies. Nothing was founded in truth. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna change the lunch menu. Katie here is gonna make it worse, and it worked. I love that as my most devious accomplishment, because it really defined who I would be over the course of my life.
My proudest accomplishment is honestly getting affiliated on Twitch. It's not huge, it's not monumental, but for me, it kind of is. For a really long time, I had struggled with starting my own content. Like, I didn't have ideas, but I had the motivation and the drive. I just didn't know what to do with it. So really starting the stream and putting all of my effort into that and figuring that out, having people in chat, my friends to support me.
What is your favorite book to read? The Bible.
What makes you laugh the most? I would say really abstract humor. Like, the hardest I laugh is at the Cinema. It's a series that Tim Heidecker and Greg Turkington run, and it's so abstract that it just, like, it follows these new weird plot lines that they get themselves into, and it's like partially improv sometimes, and it's just completely abstract, and I love it so much. I would say that makes me laugh the hardest.
I think a lot of the time it's situational humor, where the right joke hits at just the right time. In that kind of a perfect storm scenario, I will fucking collapse in on myself laughing.
Tom Segura. He makes me laugh a lot. He's very funny. Watch his stand-up specials. They're on Netflix. You're welcome. What was the last movie you went to? And what did you think? According to my AMC app, the last movie I saw pre-quarantine was the movie Weathering with You, which is an anime film by Makoto Shinkai. It wasn't as good as his previous film Your Name or, Garden of Words or something. It was a fine story, but I mostly went to see it because his animation style is so good.
This was a depressing question because I realized the last time I was in a theater was in January, I think. And I saw Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Kind of a sour note to cast off movie theaters, bye, see ya never again. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I thought it was serviceable. I love Star Wars, and part of loving Star Wars means you have to acknowledge that Star Wars was never really good. The ideas are cool. All the executions are a little bit flat. But hey, Adam Driver's hot.
The last movie I went to was Sonic the Hedgehog. It kicked so much ass. Fuck you, Tori and Tyler. That movie is amazing. Also, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat. Everybody, Tori's gonna cut this out, but...
And finally, what did you want to be when you were young? When I was really young, I wanted to be an author, but that relatively quickly changed. I thought then for a while that maybe being a history teacher or maybe a history professor at a college would be the right fit for me because history was always my favorite subject in school. And then because my mom's a teacher, I realized how much being a teacher sucks and then quickly bounced off of that. I had a lot of things I wanted to do when I was young, but I think everything kind of clicked together when I discovered that doing video was actually a viable profession.
I wanted to be a pilot really badly. I wanted it so bad. And then I had to get glasses because I realized my eyes were so goddamn bad that the state has deemed me legally blind. You think they're ever gonna let me anywhere near a cockpit? No. And it shatters me every single day to know that I will never be a pilot because my eyes are so bad, not even surgery can fucking fix it.
I wanted to be a couple of things when I was younger. There was one point I wanted to be a vet. There was another point where I wanted to be a pilot. But one of the most intense ones that I had was wanting to be an air traffic controller because my grandpa was one. And he had a bunch of really funny stories from it. And I don't know, it just sounded kind of neat. If I had the chance to go back and relearn all my shit in school, I don't think I'd do it.
And that brings us to the end of the Q&A for 3,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has been with us over the years. Thank you to everyone who is commenting on the videos. Thank you to everyone who is subscribing to both the YouTube channel and subscribing to the Baseless Claims podcast on all of the different various platforms that that's on. If you like these Q&A videos, let us know. We'd love to continue to do them at various intervals. If you missed your chance to send in a question to this Q&A, don't forget to subscribe and check out the community tab because that's where we're posting all this stuff. So once again, thank you for 3,000 subscribers. It's another great milestone for us. And everyone have a wonderful Halloween. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next video.